Like, Shalom. I would like to begin the lesson off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Krakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops, that great millstone, who've taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth. 100% truth out there in the highways and the byways, the Akim, as well as you few sisters out there listening and learning, the Akwath, and to you also I say, Shalom. It is your brother, Francis Bar, back with another lesson through the spirit. Just wanted to come at you all with some Lord willing edifying. Coming back from camp right now. I'm gonna drive back, and I seen a video. I believe this is a video I was watching before I went to camp, like before we started camp, because I was just kind of sitting there waiting. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna let the video speak for itself, bro. And I got a few videos I can do a lesson on, but I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this right now. Cause your own women are fed up with you, bro. I don't know if this girl is a sister or not, but by the way she talks, you can definitely tell that she has come across the brothers at some point in time, most likely. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this. And also, fair use. This video is not for monetary gain. I'm not making any money off of it. This is for educational and edification purposes only. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it.
Black women are the problem in the black community. I don't want to hear shit about the black man. I don't want to hear a fucking thing about what black men are doing when they come from underdeveloped black women who are demons, who are colonized, and who are whitewashed. Literally. I will...
As we always say, man, the Jake man's biggest enemy is the N-Dub, the so-called Evite woman, mainly the Southern Kingdom woman, and the so-called white man, Esau Edom. That's the Jake man's biggest enemy, bro. Is those two right there, because there's a very deep history between, their partnership that they've had and the deals and stuff like that. People be joking about CIA and stuff like that. That shit is real, bro. The Jake woman pretty much betraying her husband and joining in with our oppressor, But a lot of women, man, is just a lack of accountability, and she's really calling y'all out on y'all bullshit. And that's why brothers say that the Jake woman is the least desired woman on the earth, bro.
Literally get up here and I'm talking about what God has told us to do. I'm talking about what God has told us to do. The creator of the heavens and the earth, the creator.
And what she means is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, The Lord created the heavens and the earth with the first fruits helping in that process.
Of plants, trees, sand, and dirt. Okay. And there will always be an immature, uneducated, ungodly black woman that makes the conversation about herself, and she has 27 people liking the shit.
And you know why they're like that? Because majority of the 2/3 are women, bro. What did the scriptures say? Be not admonished by making many books, roughly paraphrasing. And much study is weariness of the flesh, right? Women read everything but the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures put them in line, hold them accountable, and it's not smooth as people try and make it be, When you truly get into the scriptures, a lot of it be condemning what women do nowadays on this side of the earth, or this side of the world, man. So they don't want to listen to the scriptures. They'd rather live in fantasy and la-la land,
I'm talking about God, and you want to come tell me I'd rather see...
Yeah, so 2/3, that's why we always say majority of the 2/3 is women, obviously because they outnumber us too. But these women, they don't believe in the Lord, man. They don't believe in the Lord. They don't even do what he says. I remember my mom talking about some, how do you know I'm not going to get the truth? How do you know I'm not a believer? I haven't even heard it. Well, she's heard it multiple times. If you believed, you would call on the names of Yahweh Shem Shah. Stop calling on the names of Jesus Christos. That's a dead giveaway and indicator. How you live your life and how you conduct yourself is a dead giveaway on whether or not you believe or you have fear of the Lord.
Or not have children. Bitch, who the fuck are you?
Shalakia.
I'm talking about,
Let me rewind it.
you know, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the creator of plants, trees, sand, and dirt. Okay. And there will always be an immature, uneducated, ungodly black woman that makes the conversation about herself, and she has 27 people liking the shit. I'm talking about God, and you want to come tell me I'd rather see her not have children. Bitch, who the fuck are you? I'm talking about God, and you're talking about your fucking self, so you think that you're bigger than God. That is why black women are having the issues that y'all are fucking having. That is
Exactly. That's the reason why the curses have been put on you via the Isaiah 3, chapter 3, you know. That's the reason why a lot of these women have problems. They have ailments and shit. Your body's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You bald-headed. You have plague of the scalp. You know, instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. Y'all lady parts don't smell right because there shouldn't be no smell. Oh, it's supposed to be a little smell. No, the fuck it's not. It's not supposed to smell like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the kingdom is gonna smell good, but now on this side, these women be having all types of yeast infections and shit like that going on, you know? Desire to take over your husband, and then just all out hoarder, man. No class at all.
your children are going through what they're going through. That is why the black man is going through what they're going through, because the women who are supposed to be under God is leading y'all down a dark motherfucking path. Literally.
What do the scriptures say? You know, I'm just quoting scriptures right now. But man that is born of a woman is a few days. Right? Because a woman can't raise no man. You know, and we've already went into this before, so I'm not gonna stay on that topic.
Disrespectful as fuck. I'm talking about God, and y'all made the conversation about you. Bitch, you didn't create the heavens and the earth. Because
they have that spirit of Esau Edom on them, showing themselves that he is God, sitting in the temple of God. A lot of these women think that imagine this, bro, and the scriptures say that too. You know, the created think that they're better than the creator, right? They follow after the commandments and the doctrines of men.
Black women are so fucking self-centered. Y'all are mentally fucking disturbed, and I mean in the most disrespectful way. Y'all the fucking issue in the black community. Who do y'all think that y'all are? Who do black women think that y'all are? I don't understand the logic. I don't understand.
They don't have any logic. And so like, I ain't mean to pause on her like that. She going crazy right now.
Don't. I've never seen so many black women walk around the planet so entitled as if you're God, but you can't even make your children behave. You can't even get your black men to do what is needed for the community. Why? Because you are immature under yourself. Literally. I'm so irritated.
What women don't realize is that if they actually conducted themselves in a feminine way, which is frowned upon in this society, that they will actually get, I was just thinking about this before I even did this lesson, they'll get a lot out of their men. They'll get way more out of their men. They will get anything they desire, you know, because that's a man's biggest weakness as a woman, bro. They would get so much out of their men if they just conducted themselves in a feminine manner, follow the instruction, you know what I'm saying, the deal they're supposed to do. But they rather do the exact opposite, which is why they have problems, like she said.
The way that black women are disrespectful, then y'all wonder why God allows you to be disrespected. Oh my God, why are women being abused? Because you abuse the fucking system.
It's like this thing was not freezing up like this when I first played.
Because you're manipulative. Because you're fucking literally conniving. Why would God protect women when you don't protect God? When you don't speak for God, you don't walk for God. You act like you're God yourself when you're not. Let's not forget, you have to be born to this bitch. Let's not forget that. Black women are so fucking self-centered. She pissed me off. She really did. Every time you talk to a black woman, oh, me. It's all about me, and you see why the kids are failing. Y'all see why y'all are not getting married. Y'all see why y'all not being chose. Nigga, God told you to be a pick-me, and y'all say, well, I'm not a pick-me. That is why God is allowing you to suffer. Oh my God, black women are the least protected. Look at your fucking behavior. How can I protect you when you want to walk unprotected, bitch? It pissed me off. Black women.
Yeah, so I mean, she said it all.
Are the problem in the black community. I don't want to hear.
She hit the head. She hit the nail on the head. You know. I don't know if I could have said it any better myself, but they don't want to be protected. They want a man to come and lead, but they don't want to follow instructions. They don't want to shut the fuck up, right? And I've dealt with those type of women, bro. You can't tell them shit, you know. So that's the reason why the Jake woman is the least desired. Once again, you know. And they wonder why. They frown upon Jake men, you know. They frown upon Jake men. They frown upon Jake men going and being with the other nations because the other nations treat them better. Then you have Jake women out here saying that they won't even buy their man no fucking food if they went out. You know, if she went out and got some food and he was at the crib chilling or waiting for her to come back, I wouldn't have bought that nigga shit. He would have just been hungry. Because y'all think about yourselves too much, bro. Women are the beneficiaries, but at the same time, you got to think about taking care of your man, you know? Especially if you have a man of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You know, the Lord may present that woman with a man of Yahweh Shemel Shah if she's ready, you know? If she's a sister, she comes into the, well, she don't have to, she don't have to come into the truth in order to gain one. But, you know, I haven't really checked her page out, but just off that initial, you know what I'm saying, initial interaction or whatnot we just seen from her, she's doing a lot better than you Jake women out here that's in the world and shit, you know. At least she understands and can take accountability, right, and point out the flaws of the Jake woman. You know, Lord willing, she's not doing them same things, being a damn demon spawn, bro. That's all it is, bro. And it's not just the Jake woman that's a demon spawn. You have demon spawns in other nations of women too, but it's like, bro, when it comes to them, it's just a different level. It's like they mastered fucking wickedness. They know exactly everything to do. They know exactly everything the Lord tells us not to do it to a perfect T. And it's sad, you know. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Why did the Lord make it painful for women to give birth? Because Eve did not listen to what the Lord told her, right? Eve did not listen to the instructions of Yahweh Shemel Shah, so therefore that was one of the curses that the Lord put on them, is multiplying their pain when they give birth and making them bleed out their vajayjays once every month for a few days, right? And making them unclean for a week. That was part of it. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Right? That's why our women desire to rule over us and have control over the relationship. That's completely going backward from what the Lord gave us our roles to be, you know? Like I was telling my women are naturally followers. They're not leaders, bro. Men are natural leaders. Real men are leaders. Not none of these pussy ass boys out here who got 37 muscles on top of their body, think they got, you know what I'm saying, think they a man just because they got muscles and shit. Nah, a real man is gonna lead and is gonna teach his woman and all that shit, you know? None of these little niggas out here, just because you got a gun, you think you a man. Just because you fucking on hoes, you think you a man. That don't make you no fucking man. What makes you a man is coming into the truth and doing the work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. That's the only thing that can qualify you as being a man. I don't give a fuck how many wars you fought in. I don't care how many men you've beat. I don't care what the fuck you've done. If you're not in the truth, you're not a real man. Okay, so Isaiah 3. Yeah, if you're not laboring the truth, I don't have no respect for you. That's the only men I have respect for is brothers. That's it. Because if you're not in the truth, whatever the fuck you doing is vanity. It's pointless. No, nothing. It don't mean shit. I could even get Isaiah 32. But let's get 30. I mean, let's get verse 3 because I haven't read that in a while. It says, Isaiah 3 and verse 16, moreover, Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, right, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. Salaki. I don't know what this nigga doing. Wanton eyes, walking and menacing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. That's why a lot of you Jacob women out here are fucking bald head. Y'all can't grow no hair because that's a part of the curse that the Lord put upon you. Y'all don't desire, or y'all don't follow after the instructions of the sister Sarah. Y'all don't, because if y'all did, y'all the hell that y'all catching over here, it wouldn't be as bad, you know. You actually be in the truth. You will catch hell, of course, for being in the truth, but you will have a great reward waiting on you. And Yahweh will discover their secret parts. Right? In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their caws and their round tires like the moon. Right? Y'all wearing all this jewelry and whatnot, trying to be flashy and shit. Women go outside nowadays with no clothes on. Right? Things that you reveal your body in public. Things that are supposed to be private, you reveal in public. That's sad. You know, the Lord told you to be modest. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. A modest woman is beautiful. A woman that's quiet is beautiful. Right? Y'all can't even do that. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers. And I can't remember where that scripture is. Because that's the scripture that says that, you know, these things, the things I was just mentioning, are beautiful to the Lord when a woman does it. The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, right? Women are supposed to be wearing all that type of jewelry and bullshit and wearing fake hair in their head. None of that shit. You ain't even supposed to paint your damn nails. That's a pagan custom. Our women weren't painting their nails. The rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent, meaning y'all bodies is going to be fucked up. You know, you put on a girdle in order to hold your body in place, you know what I'm saying, fat and stuff like that. And instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, right? So very soon the Lord is going to make y'all women start putting on clothes and burning instead of beauty, you know. Lord's going to start making y'all women put on clothes for real, you know. It ain't going to be no coming outside half naked and shit, you know, and you come outside like the lady sometime probably within this past year said she had went to a HBCU, and you know, of course, brothers know I went to a HBCU. I've mentioned that in my lessons before. First day of school, I remember this year. First day of school, bro, going to class. These bitches literally had their ass out. I could see their ass cheeks. First day of school. Little bitty ass shorts. First day of school. Could see their whole ass. Like, bro, who wants to see that shit? You know? Nobody wants to see that. I don't even care if your ass look good. Put some clothes on. Have some decency about yourself. That's why I know when women don't dress, when women don't dress modest, or they dress and they have, you know what I'm saying, revealing themselves like that, I know that they don't respect themselves. You know, they don't love themselves. Because to be modest is to respect yourself. You're not being modest, you know? You don't respect yourself. If you have some respect about yourself, you'll put some fucking clothes on. Right? But nah, that's too hard, you know? You just have to show the whole world your goodies, you know? You just have to. Shame will replace our beauty, right? So the Lord is about to really start humbling these women, bro. You have your own sisters calling you out, you know? The Lord is really about to start humbling these women, bro. And I can't wait to see it, because they're, like she said, they're too entitled. They think they deserve shit. Having a whole bunch of bodies. You don't respect yourself. You gotta love yourself before you can love someone else. That's a fact. You gotta love yourself before you can love anyone else, bro. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And you know, that's just another curse put upon these women, man, is that they don't dress modest at all. They dress revealing. As it says, the Lord discovered their secret parts. You know, they dress promiscuous. They don't have no respect for themselves at all. And, you know, give me one moment. Social media has been a very big candidate of that. As Kanye West said, Instagram got your bitch. Salaki, give me one moment. How you doing?
It's gonna be $5.80. Would you like a receipt?
I'm alright, thank you.
No problem. The gate should open in a few seconds. Have a great day.
You too. Salaki had to go ahead and pay that toll. Nonetheless, though, that's another part of the curses. The fact that these women don't wear no clothes, and that's Kanye West saying, Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. You know, these women care more about what people think about them online than in real life. A digital world where they can get to control. You know, as my pop said, they just want to be able to manage something. You know. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right, the Lord's gonna humble y'all. Y'all gonna be in the, you know, usually when you put on sackcloth or bare sackcloth, it's either it's either in a sense of being put to shame, or mourning, stuff like that, or you're girding yourself up to go to war. Well, in this case, it's going to be because the Lord is going to humble these women and put them to shame, right? The vintage shall fail. The old tricks and games that y'all once got away with, that shit's going to cease. You're not going to be able to do it no more, you know? That's what that's talking about. So, yeah, man. And of course, and she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You know, the woman said in the video, too, which is a good point. You wonder why you have problems with your children. And like I said before, women are naturally followers, bro. So they're gonna look and see things, and if you're setting bad examples for them, then they're gonna go and follow right after the person who set the example for them, right? The book tells these women to bring up the young women in a certain way, in a certain manner, okay? It tells them to do that. Our women don't do that, you know? A lot of jig women don't do that. They don't instill motherly, a sense of motherhood in these women nowadays, you know what I'm saying? A sense of modesty, you know, a sense of respect for a man. They don't instill that. A lot of these women are teaching women how to be hoes and to trick on niggas. And that shit is sad, you know? Look at how far our people have fallen, bro. That shit is sad, bro. But as always, man, these people are unbelieving. Yeah, they don't believe. And they're gonna have to learn it through death by pain. You know, that's why the Lord has to delete off 2/3 of our people, because they can't get in line with these rules now on this side. No, they can't do it, man. It's too hard for them. Like we said at camp, man. It's too much work. They don't want to change. They too in love with this way of life. But it doesn't matter if you agree with what the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, is going to instill and put in place. Because whether you like it or not, you're gonna comply in the end anyway. So why not comply now and build yourself up and prepare yourself for it? Then as the scriptures say, our people would rather choose death, man. They rather choose death than to follow the ways after the Lord. They rather choose death. But that's okay though. In the kingdom, well, really in Jacob's trouble, but completion in the kingdom. In Jacob's trouble, these women aren't going to be conducting themselves like that. And there's a woman who was actually talking about polygyny coming into effect and whatnot. Because these women are going to end up sharing. They're going to have to share whether they like it or not, whether they know or not. That is what she was saying. I'm most likely going to do a lesson on it sometime this week, Lord willing. But yeah, that's just going to naturally occur. There's not nothing we're going to have to force. It's naturally, the Lord's naturally going to make it occur. Which is just, once again, things going back to the way that they used to be, you know? With that, I'm approaching my destination, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. And with that, Yahushua Bashim Kakadash, the blinders into the apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone, once again, who rule well, who have taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And until next time, I say Shalom Israel, Shalom.